Welcome to the 10-Minute Car Sales Talk Podcast, where it's all about life in the car business. Telling you like it is, here's the man with the plan, Terry Cameron.
Welcome back to another 10-Minute Car Sales Talk Podcast, Buzzer Beater episode. I believe this is episode number 18 in the Buzzer Beater series. Today, I want to talk about a certain objection that we all seem to get and aren't quite sure how to handle it. Over the past week, I conducted an exercise with my salespeople, and we just chose different objections, and this one seemed to stand out as far as the one that we had the most problems with. I'm sure you all heard it. It's, before I make a decision, I need to talk to my spouse, or my partner, or my mom, or my dad, somebody else. And if we don't handle this right, we could lose the deal altogether. They may never come back again. You have to believe the fact that the customer came to the lot to buy the car. And if they do need to eat, sleep, think, pray on it, or in this case, talk to their spouse or partner, we need to know what they need to talk to their spouse and partner about. What I like to ask the customer is, when you talk to your husband or you talk to your wife, what is it exactly that you need to talk to them about? Is it the vehicle, or is it maybe the price of the car? And sometimes it's neither. Sometimes they say, no, we just aren't quite sure what color it is. Either way, we need to ask that question, because if we don't know what the objection is, we are not going to be able to address it up front and put that customer in a position to go home and be the salesperson for us. So again, I ask them, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, what exactly do you need to talk to your wife about? Is it the color of the car, the price of the car, or is this actually the right vehicle for you? And whichever one they choose. For example, if they choose, it's the car. I want to make sure that they like the car. Then you really need to build value in that vehicle. Well, you can take this a little bit further by telling them that why don't we go ahead and try to wrap some things up on the car? And what I mean by that is the paperwork. Let's get some of the paperwork wrapped up. Maybe get an application, get a pre-approval. Then when you get home and you talk to your spouse about this, if they say, no, this is not the right car, we'll just rip everything up and forget about it. But if they say, yes, this is it, we're way ahead of the game. What I'm trying to do is get some more nods of the head from the customer, the more information that they give me. If they give me a credit application, if they give me a copy of their driver's license and their insurance, if they give me a copy of their vehicle registration, if they let me do all of this stuff and they still don't purchase, they're going to go home and talk to their spouse. Well, we got a lot further than the other salesperson did at the other dealership or will at the next dealership. We want to get that customer excited about that vehicle before they leave. We want to answer all their questions, because if they're excited about it and they want it, when they get home and talk to their spouse or their significant other, we want them to be excited and turn into the salesperson for us. So don't be afraid when the customer says, I need to talk to my spouse about this. Just find out what exactly they need to talk to them about and answer those questions in detail before they leave. You're going to find sometimes where they just pick up the phone and call them and say, honey, this is what it is, and they end up buying the car on the spot. If not, again, we're selling the be-back. Treat them really, really good. Get them really, really excited about this car, so when they get home, they sell it and they come back and buy it from you. Practice, drill, and rehearse this. Don't sound like you don't know what you're talking about when this comes out, and you're going to win more times than not. Remember, the sky's the limit, guys. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to this week's podcast. Please rate it on iTunes and visit the 10minutesalestalk.com website to send an email. We appreciate your valuable feedback, and don't forget to share the show with a friend.